Bless up. It's your boy Change Agent Cooper. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and keeping up with the content that I'm putting out. But today I wanted to do a video, and first, before I even get into it, I want to give a special shout out to my man Dorian Johnson in Mecklenburg County Detention Facility for giving me this amazing story as it relates to people being stuck. You dig? So check it out. It was the night before Thanksgiving, and it was a mother and her daughter. They was in the kitchen, and the daughter admired how her mom did stuff, and she wanted to learn new things. So she seen her mom in the kitchen, and her mom was in there, and she was preparing the ham, and she cut both ends of the ham off and put it into the pan, nice size pan. But she cut both ends of the ham off, and the little girl said, "Mama, why did you cut off both ends of the ham just now?" And the mama said, "Well, I don't know, honey. This is just how I learned it from my mama. I'm curious to know too. Let's call your grandma." So then they hopped on the phone. They actually hopped on the FaceTime, and they had called Granny get on the phone and say, "Hey, baby, what y'all doing? I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow." You know how I do when you get on the phone with the grandparents or whatever. And so the mother asked the grandmother, she said, "Mama, why do I always cut off the sides of the ham? Why do we always do that?" And the grandmother, she said to them, she said, "Well, I'm really not sure, honey. That's how I learned it from my mama. But now that you're saying it, I'd like to know too. Go on, ask her. Go over there and see her. She been wanting to see y'all anyway. Go on over there and talk to her and ask her. She'll tell you." So the mama told the daughter, she said, "Okay, baby, let's get this put back in the refrigerator. We're gonna go visit your great grandma." And so the great grandma lived in a nursing facility that wasn't too far from their house. So they suited up and they went over there and they went and grabbed her a sausage biscuit from Bojangles, because she loves sausage biscuits from Bojangles. And sometimes she get to cheat a little bit on the meal because what they giving her in the nursing facility. So when they get there, she said, "Hey, baby, it's so good to see you. Your hair looks so good. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to see me. Y'all always good to me." And so they get to sit down, and she get her sausage biscuit. She start tearing that sausage biscuit up, because I told y'all she don't get that much. You did. And so they sit down and they get to talking, and she eating her biscuit. And then the little girl, she say, "Great granny, why do we always cut off the sides of the ham before we cook it?" And then the great grandma, she busted out laughing. "I know y'all ain't still cutting off the sides of the ham, baby. Are y'all still doing that?" And she said, "Yeah, we still do it. That's what we're supposed to do." She said, "No, baby. The only reason why I cut the sides of the ham off is because the pan that I was using wasn't big enough to hold the pan. You mean to tell me y'all still cutting off the sides of the ham in that big old pan that I seen in y'all house the last time I was there?" And then they all started laughing. In all actuality, they didn't need to even be cutting the sides of the ham off, because they had new, bigger pans. They had new resources, and they were still using this old method that didn't even apply to the ham. It actually applied to the size of the pan, and they actually been wasting food all this time. And so the moral of the story is that we got to be willing to do things different, especially when we have more resources. See, some people are stuck in the way that they always done things. And the way that they always done things, it doesn't work anymore. Like, there's actually a waste of resources, a waste of time, a waste of energy. Whenever we continue to cut the sides off, we exclude people. You feel me? We don't include people that need to be included. And they can be included now because the size of the pan has changed. The resources have changed. So if you're a person that's watching this video and this made sense to you and you've been dying to innovate, do so. Take a chance, yo. Take a chance. You want to help somebody? You want to do it differently? Why don't you take a risk? Because if you keep getting, you're gonna keep getting what you always got if you keep doing what you always done. And one thing we learn in recovery is, to do the same thing, expecting different results. That's what they call insanity. So please consider, like, if you really, really trying to do this work and you trying to help more people, you feel me? Consider innovating, because now you got way more resources than they used to have back in the day. They done it back then that way because they didn't have what we have now. Make best use of your resources and quit wasting time. Quit letting people waste away and not be included. No, let's close this opportunity gap. Let's do it a different way. And shout out to my boy Dorian Johnson for giving me that story, man. It made so much sense to me this morning. I needed to hear that. And this for all the people that say, this is how we always done it. It's a new day. My name is Change Agent Cooper, and I'm not the answer, but I'm for damn sure the alternative. Bless up.